Welcome back to Cobalt Automotive. I'm here working on a 2008 Chevy Cobalt with a 2.2. This came in for a crank no start. Any history? I have no idea. This got towed in from Jersey, and yeah, there's not much history on it. It just says, okay, crank no start. Cuba, come check it out. I have no idea what the hell they were thinking anyway. I don't know what the shop was initially thinking it was, so I can't even tell you. I don't recall. I was here last night after a long day's work. I only had basic tools. I only had like a test light, my scan tool, and that's it. So, what I want to verify was this has a relay for the crank, for the starter, okay, which is PCM controlled. Basically, if you have all the correct inputs, then the PCM allows the starter relay to go ahead and crank. In this case, we can jump the relay out, the output to the starter, and that works fine. However, the control to the relay wasn't functioning, okay? Now, for some reason, I think this diagram is wrong. I'm going to show you guys in a second here. Not this page, this page. Not that page. Put on here. Not that's OE, non-OE. Brake pedal, anti-theft. One sec. Okay, this is it. Okay. So, underneath the fuse box, we have this crank relay. Okay, as you see, this comes from the ECM out to here, and this is grounded. Okay, lower left front of transmission. I verified we had power, so for some reason we had a constant hot on this relay. Okay, and I believe what we're missing is this guy right here. We had two constant hots, which to me doesn't make sense, because if this is always grounded, this relay is always activated. So there must be something else in between here. I guess if everything else is satisfied, this closes and then this is allowed to start, but it can't be the solenoid, let's say, like a starter. It doesn't make sense. But yeah, I found out that both of these grounds were bad. If this is positive from the computer, and we do have this positive from this fuse, okay, hot at all times, we're missing both grounds. One is a starter. So I guess that's from the ignition switch, I have to assume. Purple is typical Chevy starter switch from the ignition key. Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. Either way, I have two solid powers, no grounds. Okay? So then, and I was using a test light. Low amperage, low current. So I was using a low current test light. Next thing, one of the things that the shop had observed, because they wanted to push this thing around, obviously it wasn't starting, they couldn't get the interlock to work. So anytime you press the brake pedal, the interlock should work with the key on, okay, and allow you to shift gears. That's not working. So they had to take off all the panels over here and manually, because there's no key, we had to manually unlock it, move the solenoid area, and switch gears. The other thing I had noticed using that information was the scan data. Scan data, no matter what, it was always in gear. It was always in second gear, okay? I didn't have very clear PIDs, but it just seemed like it was in second gear, according to the information that I had. So, I decided, you know what? Let me come back tomorrow, because I believe that the park neutral switch is not giving it the correct signal in order to have the interlock work, and to have the interlock work, or the starter signal, or anything. So I believe that the starter or the park neutral safety switch is involved. Okay. There was also TSB that the white wire coming out of this park neutral safety switch is also an issue where it corrodes and it's not making contact, and that is the park signal to the shifter interlock. Okay, without that, it won't close the circuit, allowing the interlock to work. So, I mean, this is all the stuff I found out last night. I come back today, I'm trying to catch you guys up, and all I did was take out the power probe so far, put the battery charger on here, and let me see. Oh yeah, I wanted to verify some of my pin fitment and everything is okay on my park neutral safety switch. Park neutral switch, okay. I also opened this up and I put it back on the back probe and see if I have all my connections. So this is where we're all together now. Okay, I decided to bring the camera out just to have some info done, some video done. Okay, I know I'm slacking on the videos, so this is where I'm at. Let me go ahead and do the Spanish version, and we'll be right back. So I don't know where I left off, but I went to Spanish and now back to English. So I don't know if I'm repeating myself or not. All right, this was the relay for that crank. Where I saw 2 powers, which one is supposed to be ECM controlled, and the other one goes straight to hot at all times fuse. Fuse 30, which is around here somewhere. It doesn't matter. I have both hots, no problem. On the ground side, I have neither ground. Which one might go through the component of the sort of solenoid? I'm unsure. I mean, that's what it looked like according to the schematics. So it might have too much resistance for the power probe to say, okay, yes, that's a good ground. So I'm going to show you here like this. Good ground, okay? No resistance. I can go here, no resistance here. Positive, okay. These probes I have coming out of the neutral safety switch. This guy is pin number 1, and this guy is pin number 11, okay, according to the diagrams. Both should be direct ground on the case of the transmission, okay? G105. And as you can see, that fluctuates way too much. Again, way too much. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use a test light just to show how dim or how bright, and then we'll come back to this. Okay. Positive. All right, ready? Oh wow, doesn't light a test light. Boom. So I'll turn that light off just so you guys can see. I'm going to go around over here. That definitely lights. That is a bad ground, ladies and gentlemen. Power probe wasn't lying. Now I know the power probe isn't foolproof, but I know the limitations of it. So that in itself, that's one thing we have to find out. Now, it's telling me that that ground is G105 in the transmission. It says lower left. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and see if we can find that. Español? Okay, come over here. Let's see. We have the one cable that goes over here. I don't know if you can see that guy. It goes over here to the fender. You see that black cable? I don't have my... See that guy down there? Going up to the cable? Okay. So we have the one that goes into the frame. There should be one in front of this transmission somewhere. We have this one guy here. Can you see that guy? Here, where my finger is? Can you see that guy? Kind of. There's this eyelet right here where this cable is. And wait. Right. I think we found our issue. This is a bundle of small wire. That is crazy. Look at that. That thing's been rusted for a while. That's crazy. That's awesome. So I think if we fix that, we should be good. Now what I'm going to do, I'll strip back all these wires, and I'm just going to jump right to ground and see if it fixes our problem. See if this thing will crank on its own and everything else. All right? and that's where I'm at there. Yeah, and see if we have the shift interlock and those kind of things. So let me go ahead and do some Spanish. I'll be right back. So this is what I found. Look at that golden nugget. That's just awesome. It's, I guess, soldered here in the end, and I mean, that thing is just wicked rust. Or, oops. It's just like, I don't know, it's so brittle. And copper doesn't rust, so. And look at the main terminal too, it's on that same post. This is behind that, and you can see that, the copper there, man, that looks like poop. I wonder how good that is according to the power probe here. Well, it says it's still good, but I'm sure if there's a heavy enough load, that thing is just. But we're gonna fix this guy a hand. I'm gonna go ahead and find a couple terminals that are at least this size as far as eyelet, because I'm not gonna reuse this. This thing is, I don't know, pretty well spent, in my opinion. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some smaller terminals on this guy. I already pretty much cleaned them up. Can you see? See that? So I cleaned up. I mean, these things are falling apart. I had to cut back quite a bit because they're just breaking up. I can't explain. I've never seen that happen with copper like that. I don't know. You can see it all over the fan cover and everything. So I'll go ahead and take care of that. I got to retighten. It's like a stud and a bolt. I got to tighten that on the transmission and then go ahead and install this guy. But yeah, it was pretty freaking nasty. So we'll see. Okay, so I think I have things fixed down here. I have the terminals, if you can see. They're back on the post. You see that on this side. Maybe you want to come on this side. Come on this side. Come around. Can you see them? Clump. Okay, if you come on this side. Yeah, there you go. You see? All those wires are fixed. They're all back on the post. That's all tightened. So that's that. Now I'm going to prove that we have a good ground over here at these guys. Right now, battery positive, okay? And then this is supposed to be a good ground. Boom. Lights. And it lights. So now I know that the ground is good to here. Okay? That's one major malfunction we had. And it's very possible that the trans wasn't grounding as well. So there's a whole bunch of things going on. Alright, I also put the covers back on because I didn't need this. I locked everything, I zip tied, and I put that back together. Next step, I'm going to go ahead and put this back in its place so I can just test everything. I may not have to have everything locked down, but I just want to be able to test everything, see if it's going to work. Yeah, and go from there, because I don't know how many other issues I had. All I know is that it didn't crank, so there could be other issues. I don't know. So we'll start with that, and we'll be right back. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do a simple test on this solenoid. I have the power, or the plug, disconnected, okay? My green is ground, and the yellow is the trigger for the shift solenoid, okay? Well, I don't have to have the key on, but let me see. This is power, my red. I should have that there like that. And then this guy, I'm going to go ahead into the power probe, my ground, okay? So right now I have a full circuit. I'm going to go ahead and jump this. Let me turn the sound off. Okay, power. You can hear this working, okay? Put my foot on a brake and I'm gonna apply power. No problem. Okay? Still no problem. Now I let go, okay? And I'm gonna put my foot on a brake. I'll turn the key on. Oh no, I can't because I have disconnected. But when I have everything connected and I try to go and I can't do anything. It won't activate this solenoid. So we may have multiple issues. I haven't put that PNP switch back in place yet. I just wanted to verify that this thing actually worked. I may just play around with the switch itself to see if I can put it in park and then try on the shift, no, the PNP switch, okay? I just wanted to show you guys that this actually works. I wanted to verify it myself too, and this is quick and easy. Okay, so we're making progress. We know that the solenoid does work. Oh yeah, I meant to go ahead and seal that up. I have my nail polish ready. Anyway, we know that this interlock solenoid works. And I just verified with the scan tool that it can see park neutral. I'll show you that. So key is on. We're gonna hook up to the scan tool. And let me go to data stream. This is the engine, ECM. Engine data, park neutral. Before, always say it's in gear, okay? And right now it says park neutral. That's the first time I've been able to do that. So the ground issue was definitely the issue for that. Okay, so going from here, I'm gonna go ahead and try to start it, or at least to see if there's a starter engagement, because right now I know this is a neutral. The transmission might not be in neutral itself, because a long story on that. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, attempt to crank. This right here is supposed to be the starter crank, or I'm sorry, just the crank relay, they call it. Right? That's how they call it. Yeah, crank relay. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead inside, attempt to crank, and see what happens. Let's see here. Foot on the brake. Okay, nothing. I just tried cranking it 3 times. So, let me see. We had quite a few of the same relays here. I don't know if you guys can see this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 relays. Almost all of them are the same, minus 2, 3. So we're going to go ahead and change it with something else. Cooling fan is something we don't need right now. I'm going to go ahead and try that guy. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and try that guy. There's also just a crank relay. And then we have run crank. Huh. Well, I was looking at the wrong one prior, at the wrong relay. So, I don't know. We could check this guy and see what we have here. Right now I'm connected to battery positive with the test light. And what I'll do, I'll go ahead and put this little guy here on the end. Can I do it? No? Come on. Ugh. All right, I'll just put this guy on. All right. So let me turn this off. We're lower. Okay. So we're on battery positive. Nothing. Nothing. Okay. We have 2 hots. Put that there, that, okay. And I'm gonna put this on ground. Let's see. Nope. Okay. Nothing there, okay. So one is gonna be control. So we have that. I'm gonna go put this here and see if I can go crank it and see if it lights up. Okay, so that guy lights. That's not a problem. Let me turn it off. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead back with the original one that I had 2 outputs but no ground. This is the one I was looking at, the crank run relay. I didn't know there was 2 different ones. I didn't realize. What did I do with it? Oh, just laying here. This guy goes back. Which I'm having all the same direction. Weird. Okay. Yeah, so you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and change these guys. This is cooling fan we don't need right now. And I'm going to show you that we have everything that we need there now. Right now, I'm still on ground. Power. Huh. Well, that's weird. I had 2 powers before. So that's 1 power, 1 power. Interesting. So maybe fixing that ground did something? So now I'm positive. Make sure this works. Yeah, okay. Okay, so that's the control right there. And that's the output. One ground. So I must have 2 circuits on that run crank. Okay, so that's something. I'll just leave it there, it's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and switch it out like I said. Shoot, I didn't know which one was which. I'm gonna put this in lightly. I'm gonna have to switch it again. I'll do the same here, make sure all the contacts are touching at least. Just in case. Is this good? All gonna be good? I don't know. We'll just leave that there. Fine. Time to start again. Foot on the brake and crank. Okay, so she definitely starts. However, I still have no shift interlock. Okay, so that's cool. So we have a bad relay for one. Apparently, so we have a bad relay. Let me just mark that up. Bad relay. And let's see where we go from here. Sorry, my daughter keeps yelling at me about my headlight being on. Okay, so one of the things I just did, as I showed you guys prior, I was showing the Latinos that this was showing in gear the entire time. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do the same thing. Come closer, babe. And I'm going to turn this back to what it showed all the time with those bad grounds. Okay? It always said in gear. Okay? Right now I'm in reverse. I'm going to go put this right here is neutral. Okay? If this were to be lined up, that's neutral. Okay? And you see that on the scan tool, neutral. Park neutral, but this is neutral. I know that. I have it marked. Okay, so I'm going to go back to park and go 1 click, 2 click, and that's park. Okay, so I was going inside to see maybe the interlock, the shift interlock wouldn't disengage because it's not in park instead of neutral. So I know it's a different signal wire on here. So I'm going to go ahead and verify that, which I already did in Spanish, and it didn't work. So I'm going to go back inside. Key is already on. I'm going to press the foot on the brake. And it still will not shift out of gear. I also attempted to shut the door, and it still won't come out of gear, okay? I've seen some vehicles that are weird like that. Well, I believe they don't start with the door open, but I think it will come out of gear at least. Funny stuff, I don't know. So we still have one more problem going on, at least. I'm going to continue looking at some wire diagrams and see where we go from here. So at least we have one thing knocked down. We know we have one bad relay. I stole from the cooling fans. So we'll see. Yeah, I'm interested. This is quite fascinating so far. Okay, so I'm going to confess, I kind of went down a little rabbit hole. I should have just put that stupid sensor back in its place, because that is the reason why the shift interlock was not working, because the internals of the transmission were also not in park. So yes, the PNP has to be in park, but I had the thing up here in park, just sitting off of the transmission, and what I did was, if you guys want to come over, excuse my runny nose, I took off the body control module so I can get better access. And this guy right here, it is pin 33. a dark green with a white tracer that goes to that shift interlock, okay? Once the BCM is happy, it powers, okay, this is the power feed to the BCM that goes to that yellow wire finally. So I wasn't getting anything here. So I was like, okay, well, let me continue on and see, because the other codes I had was this one battery current sensor performance, okay, and the wrong mounting sensor position. Oh, you know what, it might be flipped, it might be inverted. Maybe that's what they did over there. Signal invalid. Yeah, it might be the wrong position because it's inverted. They flipped it around. I'll show you. It kind of looks like an amp clamp is what it looks like. But anyway, here I am chasing this, and I said, you know what? Let me just go ahead and put that darn PNP thing back in its place. And don't you know everything works? So, yeah, I was just trying to rush and trying to get things done. Come over here, babes. I still have my power probe. I was looking for the feed down here. So this is the power probe, still connected to that pin 33 at the body control module. Key is on, okay? And everything's in park right now, okay? I'm gonna press it. You can see that. See? It has the output. I let go. Press, let go, press, let go, press. Oh my goodness, so this actually works. Just amazing. This is why you just gotta stick to your gun. You gotta just complete the process that you're going to do. I mean, I said I was gonna go ahead and install that darn sensor, which I did. And I bet you everything's going to start up. I don't know if everything's clear. I'm just going to get everything underneath from the hood area, like my clipboard, and everything else should be okay. I'm going to turn off this charger too, because I don't need this anymore. And let me disconnect this guy. Sorry. Un momento. Disconnect. And disconnect. And that's the charger. Disconnect. Ay, Dios mío. Alright, so everything is out from underneath the hood. That's going to get damaged or fallen or whatever. Okay. So, key, we're in park, on. Just make sure everything works. Reverse, drive, park. I just knew. Okay, so yeah, before I kill myself, we're good to go. This car is fixed, at least for what it came in for. They got towed over here, like I said, from Jersey, and I had very little history. They just said, here, fix it. This is the problem, this is what it's not doing, and that's it. Yeah, so that's it. I hope you found this helpful, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm trying to get more videos done. It's just been extremely overwhelmingly busy, and I cannot. Just the editing process alone takes so much time. So, and plus I'll be having my own shop here, my own bay in the shop. I'm sharing the shop with my transmission heater guy, just to cut down on the rent expenses and such. But yeah, I'll be doing more diags in shop and do transmissions across the parking lot whenever I want, and you know, come and go. So I can't say exactly when, because we have a lot of work to do in order to get the shop up and running efficiently. Lighting has to be done, and concrete, putting lifts in, and just a whole bunch of modification and stuff. So it's not going to be overnight, but when I get squared away, yeah, like 10 years later, here I am making videos finally. Yeah, no, I don't expect that long, but yeah, they're coming. They will be coming, and I hope to improve and all that. I'll have my own little station. Oh, goodness gracious, yeah. All right, so I hope to see you guys soon on the next one. Oh, Merry Christmas, and see you next year.